Good morning, everyone. I am Abhay Fogart and I am thrilled to welcome you all in today's workshop Thrive at B School, present to you by Grad Partners. Thrive at B School is a series of interactive sessions where we deep dive into MBA experiences across top Indian B schools. In session 4, we have Kshitij from BITSoM, Abhishek from IIM Udaipur, Palak from IIM Jammu, Debajyoti from TAPMI, and Vimal from IIM Bodh Gaya. Each of them will walk us through their complete B school journey. We'll be talking about academics, summer internship, case competitions, clubs and committees, and tips that help them succeed. So moving on, we'll start with the introduction. We'll start with Siddesh. Siddesh, could you tell the audience about yourself? Siddesh, you are on mute.
Sorry. Hi, Abhay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this discussion. And hello, everyone. My name is Kshitij, and I am based out of Chandigarh. I recently completed my MBA from BIT School of Management, BITSoM, Mumbai. My MBA was in leadership and strategy, and I did a dual specialization. So I also did a specialization in e-commerce and digital leadership. During my MBA, I did my summer internship from PwC, where I was also awarded a PPO, and I also did an external summer internship from ITC in the marketing field. I also did a live project at the Aditya Birla Group. I was awarded a PPO from PwC, but I went ahead and also tried for the final placements, and I got into a management consulting role at Praxis Global Alliance. I recently moved to EY, where I'm working as a manager in the risk advisory practice. So that's an overall from an MBA perspective. And in addition to that, I also love traveling, I love cooking, and I love meeting new people. Thank you, and I look forward to a great discussion.
Great. Kshitij, now we'll move on to Abhishek. Abhishek, could you tell the audience about yourself?
Hi, hi everyone. So my name is Abhishek Matlotia. I did my MBA from IIM Udaipur. Post my MBA, I've been working as a product manager at Orient Electric. So I look after the e-commerce channel specifically for their fans product. So during my MBA, I used to be very enthusiastic about participating in case competitions. Had the privilege of winning a few of them. We can talk about them when we are having a discussion. Uh, During my MBA, I was also part of two club committees. So one of them was about entrepreneurship, and the other one was about photography. So it was a good experience. So we had a batch of around 300 people, getting to know people from different diverse backgrounds. That was really helpful in developing myself as a person. So yeah, that was about me. And before my MBA, I will just give a brief about that as well. So I've done engineering, electrical and electronics engineering. Post that, I worked 3.5 years as a patent analyst. So I used to draft patent applications. Post that, I went on to do my MBA. So yeah, that's about me.
Thanks, Abhishek. Now we'll move on to Palak. Palak, could you tell the audience about yourself?
Yeah. Hey, hi everyone. First of all, thanks for giving me this opportunity to have a wonderful discussion with you all. So, starting about myself, I come from a very diverse background. Started from science, went into arts, and then did my MBA. And I'm a fresher, but then talking about MBA journey, MBA has been truly enriching in all terms, I would say. And I did my summer internship at Aditya Birla Capital, went on and currently working with Diageo as a management trainee. But then in MBA, I was a part of two clubs, one academic, that was a digital marketing club, and then one non-academic, because I was wanting to be in touch with my literature background. So, and I would just want to reiterate what Abhishek just said, that MBA has been truly and immensely helpful because of the people, the diverse set of people that came there. So we actually get to know about a lot of experiences. People come from different set of backgrounds. So it is truly helpful. So yeah, this was about me. Looking forward to the discussion.
Mhm. Great luck. Now I would like Debajyoti to tell about himself.
Hey everyone, thank you Abhay for organizing this. I believe it would help a lot of incoming MBA students. So my name is Debajyoti and I belong from Calcutta. Before doing my MBA, I had a 3.5 years work ex in Tata Consultancy Services as a data analyst. After that, I went on for my MBA in TAPMI, Manipal. After joining MBA, when I got the opportunity, to join one of the committees, so I chose the entrepreneurship cell of TAPMI because I already had a startup of my own. So I thought maybe it's the right place where I can use my strengths in the right manner. Um, for me, MBA journey was not just a roller coaster experience. It was also very much exciting for me because throughout my schooling and throughout my undergrad, it was kind of a very monotonous journey for me, like dealing with the same set of people, the same age gap, the same skill set and all, the same minds and all. Even like after your work, like undergrad also, the companies that you get into, there also you don't get that much exposure to be working with the top management. But MB actually provides you with that kind of thing where the working groups are being made. The senior leadership people with 10, 11 years of work, they are collaborating with junior minds. So that is the most useful thing that I found about MBA. Also, like the practicality approach that the curriculum of MBA has actually, because like throughout your school or throughout your undergrad, it's like this is the topic, you just line 7 sentences after that, how, and that's it. These are the things coming into your exam, and that's it, you are done. But in MBA, like if you want to study a topic like product differentiation, the only thing that you have is a 5-page case study of maybe Apple or Samsung or Amul, that's it. And after reading that, then you get to answer yourself what is it, what is that, and all those things. So it's the practicality approach that I found very exciting for me. Apart from that, I did like I had my SIP with HDFC Bank in the product and strategy department, and I got a pre-placement offer from that. So yeah, I'm currently in HDFC Bank only.
Great to hear, Debajyoti. Now we'll ask Vimal to speak about himself.
Yeah, hi, bye. Thanks. Hi, everyone. So myself, I think I have a very generalistic profile, a typical MBA profile. I'm an engineer, be it a computer science grad, worked for a year, then I went on to do my MBA. So it was my second attempt at CAD that I got into IIM Bodh Gaya. So in my first attempt, I had around 92%. Second, I had around 98.47, DALR 99.55, 98 point something for the other two. So yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to be a part of the placement cell during my MBA. So that gave me a lot of perspectives. I was able to understand a lot of things, how the corporate actually worked, way before I went on to do my job at the corporate. So, yeah, and I did my summer internship from Grad as a brand and communications intern. And then, yeah, right now I got my final placement at Cognizant. I've been working at Cognizant for a year as a consultant slash business analyst. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Vimal. Now we'll move on to our first section, which is academics and SAP preparation, in which we'll talk about majorly first 3 months for in your respective campus. And since our audience is basically from 2027 batch, so these first 3 months, whatever is your opinion or your experience from your respective campus that you can share, and you can also tell about tips and tricks to thrive in these first 3 months. So I will ask Kshitij to again start first.
Of course. So, I mean, just to give everybody a quick background on how it is at BITSoM. So, at BITSoM, the academic system was a little different, than other traditional colleges because we were following a block approach wherein we were just being taught one core subject and one side subject, which was also called winning at the workplace for 2 weeks. So, as an example, the entire batch would be studying marketing management for 10 classes, right, for 2 weeks. And then on the first weekend, there might be a midterm. On the second weekend, there might be a final term. And that's how you go ahead and wind up a subject. So that is what was different as compared to other colleges. And due to this, there is also a lot of rigor that is involved. because it is not a system in which you would be giving your examinations at the end of the semester, which is why as soon as we entered, after I'd say 2 days of orientation, we were straight up into preparation for these courses. Also, there are courses for finance courses as well. So because I was coming from a non-financial background, it was also challenging for me to pick up pace initially. But along with that, so as Abhay was mentioning about not just academics but also summer internship preparation, right? So all of us who are here would also understand and agree that as soon as the academics start, the other thing that also starts is the prep for the summer internships. Because I was coming from a consulting background and I also wanted to get into management consulting, I also had to get started with my consulting preparations, right? My case preps, understanding sectors. So that also started side by side. And in addition to that, I also had to start working on my CV prep. And the CV also is completely different from what we use pre-MBA. So during MBA CVs, will have typical one-liner formats, and will also have a lot of validation that will be required from the companies where you've worked respectively. So that is what started alongside. And I'd say that the first 3 months actually are just a mix of everything that I've just mentioned. So it's kind of multitasking at the same time, trying to keep up academically, trying to also prepare for summer internships. And there is also a lot of uncertainty involved, right? I mean, as soon as you enter, you might not understand what is it that you want to get into. Do you want to get into marketing? Do you want to get into product? Or do you want to get into consulting, finance? HR could also be one thing. So there is also a lot of discussion, connection that happens along the go, where you're trying to discuss with faculties, you're trying to build networks, trying to ask around and figure your way through. So that is how the first 3 months were for me.
Thanks, Kshitij. We have one question in the comment section. Could you please tell us how to read a case study and how to approach it? I think from consulting point of view.
Of course. I see that comment from Sona Narendra. So are you talking about a case which happens, a case study which we study before, a class for a course, or is it actually a consulting case? Because the classes in MBA are also case based, wherein we are given cases, we read a case, and then we come and participate in the case discussion, and along the way the journey for the course happens. That is one case. And the other is also a case that happens in consulting, say for example a profitability case or a market entry case. So can you also let us know what are you talking about, Sona, and then maybe I can just jump back and respond.
Great, Kshitij. We'll wait for Sona. Now we'll move ahead with Abhishek. Abhishek, could you tell us about your first 3 months journey and any tips and tricks for the upcoming batch?
Yeah, sure. So in IIM Udaipur, we follow three semesters. So in the first year you will have 3 semesters, and in the second year you will have 3 semesters. So the first semester is particularly a little bit heavy because you are one getting inducted into a new environment. You are seeing a lot of different people, so at times a lot of anxiety would kick in, and simultaneously you would be getting inducted into a lot of club committees, so you'll be giving interviews for them. And then alongside your CV preparations happen, the placement preparation committee would be working along with you in preparing your CV. And then towards the end of your first semester, some companies would start coming, day negative companies would start coming for the summer internship interviews. So it's a little hectic in the first semester, I would say, but then there are club committees and your seniors to help you out in that. So I'll just start off with how it happens. So in the first week, it will be an induction week, where a lot of club committees will be giving you some tasks. They are evaluating you for their specific club committees. They're trying to see how good are you of it for their clubs, and you will also be then preparing for the lectures. So when you have to go and sit for a lecture, you have to also make sure you have done your reading of the case. There are certain additional readings that are given, and I believe throughout the 2 years that I've seen, when you are going with a good preparation for the class, you are able to extract a lot of information. The professor who is teaching you, he or she has a lot of depth. They are telling you something that is very relevant, as I think someone from us was telling about it. So it's a very relevant information that they tell. I have heard professors, they are also consulting certain companies along with giving lectures at the college. So it's a very uh, relevant knowledge which you can directly copy paste and apply in your professional life. So I would always say be very go in with a good set of preparation when you're going to your lectures. So apart from that, while we are talking about the preparation for the internships, so I would say don't worry about that. There is a placement committee, there is a the placement preparation committee. They have seniors and super seniors who are coming and giving you lectures about how do you prepare for it. They'll give you a roadmap to do it. The placement cell will help you in making a good resume. Obviously you will have to put in your efforts, but then their guidance is definitely something that keeps your head clear, that okay, this is how you need to go about doing things. So yeah, that is what I would say for now. Thanks.
So again, I will move back to Kshitij. We have the comment from Sona that she was talking about classroom-based case studies.
Okay, sure, got it. So now, honest confession. I mean, all the responses that I will be giving as part of how to go through a case, I honestly figured that pretty late in my MBA. So it's not that on the first day I was going ahead and reading cases like a pro. So that is a confession before I start. But I mean, initially when we start, it's it's like the cases will be huge, right? The cases are huge. You will have to understand a lot of things. Firstly, reading the case properly, identifying the core problem that is there in the case. There are also a lot of exhibits in the case. So what I missed out initially in my cases, but then what we came across during discussion with professors was that it's also very important to analyze the data, look at who are the key stakeholders, and also kind of see what is the solution that is being identified, and if you have any counter arguments to that solution. So I think that is how you go ahead and approach a case. But as Abhishek was also mentioning about placements, I think that is also synchronous with academics as well. So there are a lot of things that you figure out on the go, and it's not that on the first day itself you will be going ahead and going ahead and cracking cases. So I think it's more about the journey, and it's more about putting in effort to read a case and then to see how the discussion is proceeding. So that's how you would approach a case. But let me know if you would like to hear more on this.
So now we'll move to Palak to discuss about IIM Jammu culture of first 3 months and any tips and tricks you have for the audience.
Yeah. Okay, so like as any other institute is following the first 3 months, IIM Jammu is still the same. So we are actually known for the being academically rigorous, and we do find ourselves occupied with a lot of classes in our first year. So this is how the pattern is like regarding the academics, and then apart from that, in the initial few days, the clubs and committees do introduce themselves. You'll find yourself occupied with the classes in the morning, and then with the interviews in the night. So you will actually have to kind of, you will feel that you're sleep deprived and everything. You'll have to find some time in between to actually take some small naps. But then this is also the time where you actually have to figure out about the nature of domains, what actually come in the scope of different domains. Because as a fresher, I actually felt that when you are not when you have not joined any particular institute, your understanding about how the work is going to be, how it is going to relate with MBA is actually different when and at the moment when you enter the college, you get to know about different domains. Like, okay, this was IIT. I never thought that this comes under the purview of IIT or any particular domain. So this is actually the time where you can figure out or just understand about what comes under the purview of it. And apart from that, yeah, we have CV fixing. So like the month you join into, mostly the session starts from July, but then the placement in the summer internships start from August. So you actually have to be on your toes with the internship preparation. So you have to do it like within the 3 months. And one key tip I just want to say that try to experience all the different activities that MBA has to offer, and then moving ahead you can decide on your priorities, because you cannot actually step your foot in each and every thing. So this is actually the time where you can party, maybe involve yourself in any particular club and committees. It totally depends on what you are actually looking forward to from the journey. So this is what I had to say about this.
Great. Now we'll move to Debajyoti. Debajyoti, could you tell the first 3 months journey of your campus?
Yeah, sure. So I believe even in my case also, for my college also, the journey is almost the same throughout. So instead of repeating the same thing, I would like to focus on two honest opinions or two honest advices that can help the incoming MBA students, in order to manage their SIPs and academics at the same time. So, according to my perspective, what I've seen is that if someone is thinking like, I would be getting this top package, I am aiming for the winning the case study competitions, and I am aiming for that top company, etc., etc. And if they're thinking that I will be starting that after I enter my MBA college, then actually that's not happening, because the point is that once you enter MBA, and like within your first 2 weeks your working group activities will start, your projects will start coming in, even like your like exams will also come into place, your academics also will start jumping in, your case study activities will come up. So this is something we are not accustomed to, because so many things at the same time, this is very hectic. So at the end what may can happen is like, either you are able to jot down your academics, or maybe like you are not ending up with a very good SIP. So my suggestion would be, at least you still have 1 or 2 months before you join your MBA college. Please start utilizing this time. Talk to your seniors, have some clarity on the college that you will be joining. What are the profiles that you're aiming for? What kind of a package or what kind of committees that you'll be wanting? Start making your CV just from now, so that like start things in advance from the batch. Because see, in MBA all are serious. It's not some undergrad or school like people are not serious. The only thing is that I would just do my studies and I'll be in the top of the batch. In MBA everyone is serious. So in order to compete with a batch where everyone is serious, the only key to success is start doing things in advance, so that you can have a very good head start. This is the only way how you can manage your acads and SIP at the very same time. Also, my second advice would be, like start understanding why you are doing something, start understanding the reason of doing something. Because in your first 1 month of MBA, there would be so much of negativity in you, like why this is happening, why so much stress, why everything is coming at the same time. Even your working group won't be that much supportive, because in your working group there will be some 7 year senior who would be very dominant, and there would be some junior who is not serious with life at all. So even in my case also, in my very first month I went to my chairperson and I was like, I want to change my working group. It's only me who is working, so why everyone should get the same marks? My chairperson told me like, okay Dev, I can change your working group for now, but then tomorrow when you will end up in a company as a manager, and you will also have a team of 5 people where only one will be working and four are not working, will you go to your HR and say, ma'am, please terminate everyone and recruit new people? The HR will say, I don't have time bro for that. So the point was that it's an opportunity in disguise. I thought that okay, I got a working group that is not working well, but that is my opportunity to shine. That my work is to get my work done from my working group. That's it. Also, the amount of pressure that will become, understand it like it is an opportunity for you to learn how to handle pressure. Because as an employee, you are only told to do your work, but now as a manager you are not doing just your own work, you are doing your own work, you are managing others work, and you are also competing with other stakeholders also. So I think understanding what you are doing can actually help others navigate your own way, and that can also bring a positivity in order to manage your academics and SIP and get through the MBA process.
Very, very detailed tips you have given, Devjyoti. But still, one doubt from Kushi we have: how to build a strong profile for MBA. Actually, she is currently studying BCA and she wants to do MBA in future.
So see, the thing is that so it's based on the experience of my seniors and also from my college friends. A strong profile represents a proper roadmap to your CV. Like there were scenarios where people are belonging from a certain XYZ background. Now they got a internship into some finance company, and because they wanted to get a PPO into that finance company, they forcefully took finance major, and like they don't have any certification. Their CV is not telling that they are a finance guy. So in that way, your CV becomes weak. A strong CV, what I believe, a strong profile, what I believe is will be resonating with whatever you have done things in life. If you are an IT guy, if you have an IT industry experience, try to build on that. Have some work experience, have some certifications which can justify like what you have done, and this is the things that I'm here to justify it. Also a strong profile also varies from companies to companies. There will be certain companies for whom academics is actually a very strong point. Also there will be some companies for whom the extracurricular activities like winning in case study competitions will be a very strong point. So it also varies from companies to company, but overall if you tell from an MBA perspective, a strong CV is where you have a proper ratio of a good academic performance, a good work ex backed with some certifications, and also a little bit of extracurricular activities like case study competitions, or if you're a part of any clubs and committee, but again that's not mandatory.
So actually, she has put her profile also. She has got 84% in 10th, 57 in 12th, and 82 in graduation. So, what advice, like in brief, you would give to her?
Okay, so because there is no work experience, so I would suggest like if in the short period that you have before joining on MBA, you can just go up with some small internships that can help you at least to get a certification that at least you are having some kind of work ex. It's helpful. Also the second thing is um, like you should have a proper clarity of thought, like what are the companies that you will be targeting into the college that you are going into, and what are the profiles that you have in your mind. Based on that profile and based on those companies, you start building up your CV. So if you're planning to join the Deloittes and the EYs and all, then start building some certifications like project management or the upcoming technology that are coming into place. If you're planning to move into the finance sector, then just do some basic financial accounting certifications and all. Same like if you're going into strategy and all, do certifications in that manner, because people with no work ex, for them these certifications can be very helpful. Also like it's not mandatory like once you join the MBA college then only you can start with your case study competitions. I started doing case study competitions 4 months before my MBA, so you can start getting into those competitions also, and you can just have a flavor of how things are actually there. So basically my advice would be the same, only start having a head start from your MBA batch, and that can actually help.
Yeah, great to hear from you, Devjyoti. Now we'll move to Vimal to understand IIM Bodh Gaya perspective and first 3 months in IIM Bodh Gaya, and what tips and tricks you would give to our audience.
Sure, thanks, Abhay. So basically, my fellow panelists have covered almost everything. But since you mentioned for the first 3 months, I would actually divide. I mean, so my summer internship preparation, I would actually divide it into two phases. First would be the initial 3 to 4 months, then the rest of it. Because for the initial 3 to 4 months, you just into the campus. You are thrown into a lot of things: clubs, committees, assignments, group works, and a completely new environment. Especially if you're going into premier institute like any of fellow panelists as well, you'd be exposed to I mean a lot of things. Like for example, in my campus there were around more than students from were more than from 272 cities. So you're experiencing things from a very different perspective from everyone, right? So the recruiters also knows that you just join the campus. They are not expecting you to know what a blue ocean strategy is, what a red ocean strategy is. They are not expecting you to speak about BCG metrics. No, for the first 3 to 4 months, their their expectations are different. So if you ask me, I'll say three things are very important. So first would be your resume. Right now, it's to build a resume. When you join the campus, they'll give you a separate format. You would have to build your resume according to that format. But right now, just build a resume. work on your resume, go through every single point in your resume. Make sure that you're not putting anything that you do not know in your resume, because recruiters would be cross questioning based on your resume, because they're not expecting anything else from you. Second would be to build on your soft skills. Make sure that your communication is good. By communication, I do not mean very fluent English or not to have any accent. No, they understand you. I mean, they know that you're from different parts of India, and they know that you'll be having accents. That's not an issue. By communication, I mean conveying your message clearly, ensuring that you're a good listener. So these things are important. And thirdly, I'll suggest you to be very open. Do not come and join an MBA with a notion that okay, I'll go into operations only, so I won't focus on finance. Okay, I'll only go into finance, so I won't focus on marketing. No, your first year MBA has all the subjects, and you have all the subjects for a reason, so that you understand all the basics and fundamentals. So like let it be open to all the opportunities, and once your first year is done, once you've gone through all the subjects, then take a decision. I would suggest like that. Having a long term vision is pretty good, but then things would change because you're interacting with a lot of people. The moment you see a certain faculty discuss about a certain topic, you would understand that okay, fine, this is actually quite interesting. You would have never thought about such a thing before. So be very open to all the opportunities. And yeah, these three things: build on your resume, work on your resume right now itself, work on your soft skills, and then yeah, be open.
So, Vimal, we have a question from Amy. How to build the CV for MBA, and she's from business analytics background, I think, and she does not have any work experience. So what kind of certification she can do? I think arts background, BA. She has mentioned Bachelor of Arts.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, if you do not have any work experience, then I would strongly suggest you to participate in the case competition, because that's your best gateway to get into the most desired companies out there. Because a lot of the times when companies come, especially if they are not for management training role, they might be looking for people with experience. So that's the fact. Okay. So if they are coming for a management training role, more often they'll be looking for freshers. They'll be preferring freshers. But so since you do not have any work experience, I will strongly suggest you to participate in case competitions. That's going to help you a lot. Apart from that, to build the CV, yeah, do certifications. Certifications. I also saw some other question like, does certifications have any impact or something like that? I'm not sure. So certifications are actually good. Okay, trust me. If especially if you're a fresher, that's the best thing that you can put in your resume, right? Second best thing, apart from work experience or internship. Having certifications are good, but then you have to know, just by taking some certification and putting it in your resume won't make any difference. The recruiter is going to question you about that, and you should be able to answer that. So yeah, certifications and case competitions. Case competitions are really important. Although I did not get to participate in much on my own, but I strongly suggest it, because a lot of these companies, like for example, most of the times, if I'm giving an example, L'Oreal would be like a dream company for many of the people, but they only visit a few set of premier institutes out there. But then, if you can participate through the case competition, and that's open for everyone, if I'm not wrong. So you're getting an opportunity to get into L'Oreal, irrespective of which campus you are. So if you're participating in these case competitions, a lot of these companies do have L'Oreal, Flipkart, a lot of these companies. So yeah, do participate in case competition.
So now, as you have been talking about case competition, we'll move to our second segment, which is case competition culture in all of your campuses. So before moving on, I would like to tell audience that we will be hosting Sipla Alive Season 4 in the month of July, first week of July to be exact. And you can get all the updates on our LinkedIn channel and on our other social media platforms. So do subscribe and do follow our channels. Now, moving on to the BITSoM case culture, Kshitij will like to hear from you.
Sure. So, about BITSoM, so when we joined in, we were the second batch, which is that we were the co-founding batch at BITSoM. And because of that, I mean, a lot of the things that, my fellow panelists here, Abhishek, Debajyoti, Vimal, and Palak, how they're mentioning that, sometimes things are structured. So we also got an opportunity to be a part of something that is currently, in the stage of being built up. So it was current, I mean, on a club committee front or on a case competition front, I wouldn't say that, we were we were having a lot of ready resources and we were excelling from day one, but at the same time, it was kind of building up. And when it comes to case competition, now that I speak about it, there are a lot of wins at at a college level. There are a lot of teams from BITSoM that are representing, and I think in the L'Oreal case comp there were winners from BITSoM as well. But personally about me, so I was coming with around 4 to 5 years of experience, and I was very academically inclined, and I wanted to also get into consulting, which meant I had to do academically well, and which is why I was not very much active on the case comps front. Also because we had a block system, and I also wanted to focus more on that. But I mean, I did participate in case competitions, and the best thing about case competitions is, earlier to the question that was also being asked, right? It really helps you structure your thinking, because case competitions are not about winning, but it's about participating, going through a problem, trying to understand and work with team members on what is the most helpful way to get through that, and then consolidating all your thoughts onto a one or a two slider. So I think that is the best part about a case competition, that it helps you also work in a team, try to build your leadership skills and work experience. So again, and also, as there are a lot of people who are mentioning about CVs here, that how do you fill up your CV as a fresher? So I think that's what also helps. If you are into case competitions, you can, of course, you can add some more meat to your CV, right, by means of participation or by means of getting any wins at any specific level. So that is how it was at BITSoM. But honestly, about me, I did participate in a few case competitions. Most of them were at the participation level, but then I was also focusing more towards my case preparations. I was a part of two clubs, and then that is where I was focusing more.
Great, great, Kshitij. Now we'll ask Abhishek to highlight what is the case competition culture in IIM Udaipur.
Hi everyone. So, talking about the case competition culture at IIM Udaipur. So here, in the initial phase, most people are more they're reluctant to do case competitions because, as you know, in the first month you will be bombarded with a lot of things, right? So you would be very reluctant to give your time in participating into case competitions. But case competitions is a process. Okay, you start off with making something, and then you keep adding things to it, and then you keep getting better at it. So the earlier you start, the better it is, right? So in the initial I think 1 2 months, the placement committee will they will ask you to participate in them, or they will give you points if you participate in them, or you go higher up in the hierarchy of the case competition. So there are some incentives for that, so they do those kind of things. And then there was a committee who used to help you connect with certain seniors who had been part of that competitions and had seen some regional level or national level around. So they will help you in making your PPT or telling you the thought process of a company for why they are conducting that case competition. So that was about the culture at IIM Udaipur. Gradually, you get more get more enthusiastic about it, or you end up dropping the idea of participating in case competitions. However, I would always urge that you keep participating on it. You will keep getting better at it. At times you will feel that, okay, this is not working, I'm unnecessarily spending time on it. But then case competitions are also something that is also a place where you are applying your knowledge that you are learning in your classes. You're directly just using that knowledge and testing if that is working or not. So that is one of the things. If I have to talk about personally how I used to approach competitions, I always, so when you're starting off, you will have to prioritize on which competitions you want to participate in, because in the first and the second semester, and in the fourth and the fifth semester, you'll have a lot of case competitions. So you would be good at certain subjects and you might not be good at certain. So you will have to prioritize basis your and your team's understanding on which competitions to participate in, because you will always have a limited time slot, right? So if in a month you have like 10 competitions coming up and you end up participating in all 10 of them, your time gets divided in the 10 and you're not putting your 100% in any one of them properly. So I would always suggest to pick 3 or 4 of them and then literally dive into them, put your heart into it. Then only you'll be able to see effective results there. Also, as I'm talking about, your team is also very important. Gradually you will come to know about your team members as well. What are their strengths and weaknesses, and how if you are a team leader or you are a member of the team, how can you make sure that your team members are working effectively? You would know their areas of interest, and then you can probably excel in the PPT that you're making. uh, and one more point that I wanted to talk about was, okay, yeah, those were the points. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Abhishek. Now we'll move to Palak to discuss about case competition culture in IIM Jammu. Over to you, Palak.
Yeah. So in IIM Jammu, we do have some dedicated sessions about case competitions to equip the students and to make them aware of actually what it is. And like recently, not previously, we have started to get third party companies on board to help the students to prepare with the case competitions, and I'll just keep it brief. So I think some of the key points that are actually important while going ahead with the case competitions are actually to understand. I think understanding the problem statement is something that you will think that it has evolved over the years. It is like actually in the very start of your career, you think that this is the right way to actually approach a problem, but then with multiple hit and trials, it keeps on evolving. You try and understand different factors, and then apart from that, about the teams, you'll have to figure out your team, and you'll have to be on your toes while figuring out your team, because you won't be having much time, because everyone will be looking out for different set of teammates, and try to have a diverse set of people in your team, because they come with um, various expertise, and that is how you will be able to actually approach the case competitions. And something that we again overlook is reaching out to our professors or faculties. They again have a great experience. They have huge some come from corporate background and everything, so you can like anytime reach out to them. They will totally help you out with whatever issues or problems that you are having. And try to figure out, like, keep your priorities straight and understand how much other teammates can contribute to your team. How, like, if that is also like their priority, to actually give like significant amount of time for the case preparation and everything, because it is actually not a job of one person. And yeah, so with time, I think, like, for me, it has not been I have not been lucky enough to like secure any top notch or top positions in any case competition, but it has been like very helpful in grooming my approach, because at the end of the day, it is the approach that matters. And even the recruiters, whatever HRs that you have in your summer placement, in your final placement, it is actually not about giving the correct solution, because correct solution is something that is subjective. So focus on your approach, understand what kind of teammates will help you achieve that position, or will help you to crack the case. And I think you will be good to know. And don't lose your hearts, because I totally understand that when you start with your MBA, you have a lot of ambitions that I'll do this, I'll do that, and like obviously we all want to see ourselves like at the top positions. We have like different case competitions like HLIM, then there's L'Oreal, and as Abe mentioned, there's Cipla also. So there are like multiple case competitions that will be happening back to back. So understand and try to figure out your priorities, rather than just trying to do it all. So yeah, these are some of the things that I think are important when you do the case competitions.
Thanks, Palak, to highlight all the key pointers and tips for the audience. Now, keeping the account of time, we'll directly jump to Q&A. So the first question is for Palak only. That Priyanshi, she wants to join FMCG. What should she do now to achieve this?
Okay, what should she do? Okay, so I think like at this point of time, the concern should not be that I want to join an FMCG and like what should I do? Like right now, try to actually try to enhance your skills, decide on if you want to build your analytic skills, if you want to whatever skills that you want to build on, because again it is all about priorities. But then for FMCG you'll get to know about it. It is something that you'll not get to know before joining MBA. You'll start figuring out like what are the needs of the companies. But just to answer your question, you will totally and typically understand from the nature of roles. Right now what you can do is try to look for what kind of roles that companies are offering, what is the responsibilities or what is the job description that they have, and what is the eligibility criteria for that, because you'll have to match with your profile. So like these are some of the things to like so that like you understand about what you are going to face in future, what kind of skills that are required for a particular role. Again, it depends from company to company. But then for now I think there's like no such need to prepare for an FMCG. That will come under the scope of your summer internship placement or your final placement, and you'll get to know about it while you attend your classes, while you talk to your seniors. You'll be having your career buddy, so you can reach out to people. Maybe you can reach out to me as well, like how I got into like Diageo. I am not in the FMCG side of Diageo. I'm in the digital and technology side of Diageo. But then, for sure, I can help you out. But then, right now, I don't think so. It should be a concern. You'll get to know, and some things you will have to figure it out on your own. So, yeah.
Just I would like to add one point since I am also currently working in FMCG. Uh, Most of the interviews are HR focused. So try to have HR questions back up. Right now, you can learn and prepare those. That's it.
Yeah.
So now moving on to the next question, I think Vimal, you can take this question that there are 4 to 5 rounds to join a committee or a club. Would you tell about that and also tell about the joining process of placement committee?
So, yeah, it's a tough question though. So I think it varies according to different campuses. Each club and committees have different structure, and so yeah, it depends. Some committees would be having 3 rounds, some committee would be having 4 rounds. Some like ours would be having a lot of rounds, and yeah, just be prepared for everything if you want to join a committee. So I think what they basically test is your eagerness to join that committee. So you like depends how eager, how much you want to join a committee. Chance of you getting into that committee is higher. There will be different kinds of tasks. I mean, so what you can do right now is to basically prepare on your basic skills, like just brush up on your Excel skills. Excel is like a must. I'm pretty sure every one of us would be working on Excel on a daily basis. So work on your Excel skills. That's important. But apart from that, just build on your soft skills. I mean, yeah, and just embrace it. I mean, however the things are going in your campus, enjoy the process. Try to enjoy the process, else it'll be like very stressful for everyone. But enjoy the process, and yeah, I mean, depends on how eager you are. Chance are you gonna get in. Yeah, I hope I answered.
Any tips you have for freshers before joining the college?
Yeah, tips. So yeah, before joining the college, yeah, build on the resume. So start today itself. Just build a resume. Build a random resume. See what all points are there. See if there are a lot of empty space in a single page. Then try to build on that. Like maybe do certifications. Maybe attend workshops. Or even I think the second most important thing. I think I forgot this. Connect with your alumni. I mean, if you decided which campus you're gonna join, connect with your alumni. Alumni is your biggest strength. It depends on your college. So, For Kshitij, I guess when he had to join, he'd be having just one senior batch, so it would have been difficult for him. His approach would be totally different. So it depends on which college you would join. If you have strong alumni network, do connect with them. And every time, I'm pretty sure alumni would be more than happy to help you out, because yeah, they would be more than happy to help you out. They'll guide you. They'll give you the actual picture what's happening inside the campus, and yeah, build on your network right now. So build on your network. Ask people how things are, and if you already have, like, for example, sorry, I forgot the name. Someone asked about FMCG, right? So if you're actually really fixated on the concept that you want to get into an FMCG, try to target a few companies that visit your campus for the FMCG role, and then talk to people who are working in those companies. Ask them what a typical role or what a typical day in their life looks like. So you'll get a better idea. For example, I'm currently working as a BA, business analyst or consultant. So the same role would be totally different in another company. It may be a product owner role in another company. It may be a process consultant role in another company. But the role name is same. So do talk to the people in the company. Do connect with your alumni, and yeah, build on your resume. I think that's the best thing.
Thanks, Vimal. Now we would like to close this session. Thank you so much to our amazing speakers and to all the audience for being such engaging audience. And we hope that this session gave you a true glimpse into what a B school life look like. And at last, I would say to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more such sessions on Thrive at B School or case competitions. Thank you all.
Yeah, have a good day,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah, thanks, Abhay. Thanks, everyone. Good day ahead.
Thanks, Abhay. Thanks, everyone.